Week or so, sorry, I slammed my door. The last week or so has been very, very hectic, preparing for fall break, which is this upcoming week. Today was my last day of school, for the week. Anywho, I'm finding the thing to prop you up, because it has been so hectic. I've been just filming things, and then it's kind of just been getting, and it's just kind of been getting lost in all of the other videos that I have, because I just film things, like, all the time. But hi, welcome. I've already begun the process, and that was what was in the other videos that I have misplaced. But we're gonna ignore those and act like they never happened. Hello, I am going to paint my room this week. That's basically all you need to know. That's all the intro you need, technically. But I'm gonna explain kind of what all happened in the other videos, just to, like, fill you in. I have been posting shorts, and I will continue to post shorts, about, like, this journey. So you kind of know what's happening, but I'm gonna do it in this form, so that way I have more content. Anyways, ignore the fact that I look bad and my room is a wreck, which you can't really tell, but, that's why I can't get a good camera angle right now. But anyways, so I'm gonna give you a brief little tour of what my room looks like right now, because it obviously looks different if you've watched any of my videos. Not by much, but it does look different, if you were very observant. Give you a little bit of a brief tour, and then explain what I'm planning to happen, and when it's planning to happen, and also give you, like, a concept of time, and explain how long these things have been happening, and then how long they are supposed to progress in the future. Please hold, I have to go to the bathroom. Alright, so we're gonna start with kind of like a timeline overview of, like, when these things have been happening, and how long, like, I've been planning this kind of stuff. So when we first moved into the house, if you can't tell, my walls are really, really dark. When we first moved in, my grandma freaked out that we weren't going to paint the rooms first, because we were kind of in a rush of moving, because we were in a house way too small for us, and we were excited, and we wanted to move, so we moved. Also because there was work that needed to be done on the old house, to sell it, just because we had started painting some things, some walls downstairs, before we'd even planned to move, and they just didn't really get finished, in a timely fashion, just because we were all living there, and we have a big family, so it's kind of difficult to do that kind of stuff. So the second we moved in, she was like, you gotta paint, you're gonna be depressed or something, it's way too dark for you, you know. And initially I was, of course, before, like, school started and stuff, I was spending a lot of time in here. Even at this point, I don't spend a lot of time in here, but I do want to paint my room, just because I just want to. Not because I think that I'm going to get depressed because of my room, but because my grandma won't leave me alone about it. So, poll. Anyways, so, yeah, she wouldn't leave me alone about it. I won a Chick-fil-A gift card in a drawing, and so I wanted to go use my Chick-fil-A gift card, but didn't want to take my entire family along, because there's a lot of them. So, Grandma had said that she would take me, and so she was like, you know, we're gonna stop at Lowe's and look at paint samples, and you can just pick the papers and see if you like any of the colors, and then we can talk about, she was gonna buy me paint. I'm gonna buy my own paint. I'm not gonna make her pick the paint. So I picked 4 cards of colors, not knowing exactly what I wanted, not really thinking about it a whole lot, and not knowing what would look good with my bluish gray curtains, and then wooden furniture that's kind of orangey wooden color. I don't know how to explain it. Anyways, so I wasn't sure what would look good with it, and so I kind of just picked random ones. I wanted a light grayish color, a light bluish color, a light purplish color, and then this one is a light mauvish color. It's more pink. Anyways, I took these home. I laid them out, against different furniture that I have in my room, against my dresser, against the wood of my baseboards on the floor. You can't see them. Around the baseboards and door frames, against my against my curtains, against just basically everything in my room, and decided that the gray did not look good with the wood, on either wood, or with the curtains, because I don't want to have to buy new curtains, because those are new. The blue clashed with them and did not look good with the wood. And this purple, the lightest one, And then this one and these pinkish mauvish colors, they look so gray and monotone. They're pinkish. Dang, everything looks so bland. Anyways, these two, fold that one over. And then this one, these were my options, okay? These three. And then I realized that these two are very, very similar, but I still want to go with the Dreamy Heather as like an option, like as my more option, just because it is slightly more mauve, and I feel like it needs to be slightly warm to go with the warm of the furniture that I have. Anyways, so I was trying to decide between these two. I think this one is going to be not too dark because it is very pale, but color is darker when you paint it than on like this. And also my room doesn't get a whole lot of natural light because I have one window and it's underneath a deck. So I've decided to go with the Dreamy Heather, and this one, which I can't actually find on the Lowe's website, which kind of bums me out, even though I searched the number and the actual name. So I found one identical. It's very, very, very similar. And so that was the plan, was to paint all of this color. I was thinking of getting like this color and then doing like, or not this color, but a color similar, to do like the archway, like not archway, but like the spot on the wall, like above the bed. But I felt like if I changed my mind on where my bed was gonna go, then that would have to change, and I feel like doing something so permanent with paint, or not permanent with paint, but something that I would have to change and would be a hassle to change, I feel like it's just easier to paint all the walls the same and then get like a tapestry or something. But then I did what every woman should never be allowed to do, and I started watching some HGTV, not looking for ideas or anything, just for fun. And we used to watch Texas Flip and Move, which I think was on like Netflix or something. And so I looked. We have Discovery Plus, not sponsored or anything. And I was flipping around, and I was like, oh, I wonder if that's on here, because I don't think we ever finished that. We never actually did. And I found Louisiana Flip and Move, which is the same thing essentially. It's where they go and they auction off a house. Somebody buys that house, and then that somebody picks up the house and moves it to their plot of land, renovates the house, and then they have an auction on it. And then usually somebody has to buy the house and then pick it up, or when somebody buys the house, they pick it up and move it to their plot of land. So it's kind of an expensive and complicated ordeal, and kind of dramatic sometimes. Like, they can't move the house properly and it like falls apart. That's happened like twice. Anyways, especially if it's on like a concrete slab. Anyways, instead of they were doing a houseboat. Don't ask questions. And instead of doing backsplash, because it was going to be heavy and it was going to be expensive, they did chalkboard paint on that little section of the kitchen wall. And, or little section being this much on the whole kitchen wall. Anyways, and I thought that was a great idea. Chalkboard paint. I've heard of chalkboard paint before, but I never really thought about it. Or I kind of forgot about it when looking for paint for my room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint all of the walls of the paint color. Pinkish. This Dreamy Heather. Except this wall. And it does have that little dip thing. I don't know why it has like, there's like a 1-inch difference right there, and it bugs me. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do that little 1-inch strip, if I'm going to do that pink or chalkboard. I haven't decided. Anyways, I will probably paint that chalkboard. Well, because I want to do the pink first. I probably won't paint that chalkboard. I will do everything pink first, and then this is dark enough that it's going to be similar to what the chalkboard paint is going to look like. So I will just see how it looks, and I'll paint that little strip there, and then if I think it looks really, really bad, then I can just paint over it and paint that whole section chalkboard. Anyways, so I'm doing this color and chalkboard paint. So if you have any cool like chalk ideas, chalk art, if you like doing chalk art and you have a video that you like watching, link it in the comments because I will 100% go check it out. I have a Pinterest board for it. I don't think my Pinterest board can be seen by anybody just because the way that Pinterest changed their policies and stuff. So next year when I turn 16, then you can view it, because then it'll be public again, and I will re-link it. I think I took it off. I will re-link it to my YouTube account. Anyways. But if you had followed me from before, you may be able to see it. I have no idea. I don't know how that works. Anyways, so that's the plan. I need another drink. Sorry. And I'm not going to edit this out because I'm too lazy. And this is why videos never get posted. Anyways. So, this all happened Last month, the beginning of last month, I think. I feel like that's correct. It was. I'm trying to think of when that was. I was trying to think if that was before or after we went on vacation. I think it was before or something. I don't know. It was soon after. No, it was probably just the beginning. We'll just say the beginning of September. We went, got paint samples, and then I had decided, even before we had gone to get paint samples, when she had talked about it, is that if I wanted to paint my room, I would do it fall break. That's coming up. Just because it's cooler. It's supposed to be cooler. It's still hot outside. It's cool and it's warm enough that I can open my window and let the fumes out of the basement without like freezing the inside of the house, but it may be too hot now. We might have to have fans in here. Anyways, so I started soon after kind of deciding what I wanted to do. I don't remember exactly when. I took the top bunk off of my bunk bed and set it beside the other bed, the other part of the bunk bed, and so it was like one big bed. It did have like a dip, but I put my pillows there. Anyways, so I had it like one big bed, and then I took one of those down, and then I decided to take both of them down. That is only the pieces for the top bunk, and there's a blanket there to keep it from like messing up the walls, even though I'm about to paint. This is all of the pieces to the top bunk. A lot of those pieces were just underneath the bed because if you know, the bunk bed, I did not put the railings on because nobody ever slept up there except for me every now and then when I would have a friend over. But I didn't really need them. I don't move around that much in my sleep. That much in my sleep when I know it's a small bed, because I'll either sleep like this, curled up in a ball, or I am a starfish on my stomach. But we don't talk about that. Anyways, so this is like the top bunk. The bottom bunk is already moved to my sister's room. They already have a bunk bed in there, but to have my little sister sleep in there, we thought it would probably be best to have her have options with. She now has 3 different. Well, she doesn't need to sleep on the top bunk, but that is a trundle bed. It's a bunk bed. The one that's already in there is a bunk bed with a twin trundle. It's a full on the bottom. Twin, full, twin. And then this bunk bed is just twin and twin. So technically she still has 3, except that the trundle doesn't actually have a mattress on it right now because it's upstairs in my brother's room, because it's a long story. Anyways, but this will get moved eventually. I had put that up in there because I knew I could do that by myself and I wouldn't have to ask help. This one you have to put together and then pick up and put on top, and so I can't do that by myself, even though I did figure out how to get it off. But we don't talk about that. Anyways, so this will be moved. But anyways, so I took the bed apart, and so this is the mattress topper, and then the other mattress topper, because both of my mattresses had a mattress topper because nobody wanted them. Because one of them is like a memory foam, and then one's actually a mattress topper. So this is a mattress and 2 toppers. It's very cushioned. It's too soft for me, and my posture has gotten bad, and I have back problems now. Not actually, but every now and then I'm a little stiff. Anyways, so I took my bed apart. I'll give you a little bit of a tour. Let me just give you a little bit of a tour of my room right now. So I took everything down off the walls. I did that first, actually. I don't know why I didn't say that first. But I took everything off of the walls. There's nothing on the walls anymore. And I'm not going to paint in my closet. I'm just going to leave that be. They were being very loud out there. So I took everything off of the walls except for that part of the LED lights. I will have to find how to stick that little box part back on the wall, because it came with a sticky thingy. But the other part will be fine. There's also a hole in my ceiling because they moved the tile to get to the electricity stuff for the hot tub, because Dad wanted a hot tub. So anyways, so everything is taken off my walls. I took the bed apart. You'd think I'd have more floor room, but I just don't keep it clean right now because I try to get it clean on the weekend, and then like this weekend or last weekend was really, really busy. And so I didn't have a whole lot of time to get it completely clean. And so if it's not completely clean, then I can't get it clean at all. Just because of school, and I'm like hardly ever in here. Anyways, but now the plan, I was moving all of like furniture stuff over there, and I was gonna box up a couple things that I know I didn't need. Like this bookshelf here had what was in this box was on this shelf. I love how every time I film I show you guys stuff you don't need to see. Anyways, but this box, all that was in here. just to get it out of here, I have a laundry basket with all of the stuff that's on my walls and some other like decoration-y type stuff in there on the counter in the playroom. I don't know if you've ever seen, but anyways, but it's in there. And I will do that with that box as well. I also need to put like my guitar case, and I'll move it out there. And then there's some other like little things that can go out there really, really easily. And then we're going on not a vacation, but because we just did that, we're going on to a family reunion thing. I'll prop you back up. I don't know why I did what I did. A family reunion thing, and we will be back Tuesday at some time. I don't exactly know when, but that is when I will move. I'll make sure that I have all my books and stuff off of my shelves before we go, but I will move my dresser and my desk away from the walls a bit, and tape up anything else that I need to tape. I'm going to tape around the baseboards. I did already tape the breaker box and part of that door. And then I was almost out of tape. One of those rolls only has one more loop around, so I kind of just stopped. And then I realized it probably just the less time it spends on the stuff, the better. So anyway, so I will finish that probably Tuesday. We will go Wednesday morning at a decent time, I pray. Before 11 o'clock, I hope. Go to Lowe's, get the paint. I'm getting this and a quart of chalkboard paint, which compared to, if I was going to get a gallon of paint and a gallon of chalkboard paint, compared to prices, chalkboard paint is very expensive for my taste. But I asked Mom, she said, because she's painted things before, she said that a quart should be fine. If I have to go back, I can always just go to the bank and get some more money out of my account. But I know that I have enough in cash right now, because it'll be about $40. And just in paint, I don't need, not counting, Mom had to buy more tape, but I'm not gonna have to pay for that. That's not counting any paintbrushes, anything, because we have all of that, because we just did painting at the other house. And I know that the taping is probably going to be the longest part, just because the majority of my walls they're just flat. There's not a lot of stuff that we have to work around. The only thing, I have a window and there's 2 doors. I'll just take the facings off of all of the light switches and plug-ins, and then the breaker box and then baseboards. I don't know what I've already said. But there's not a lot of stuff that I have to paint around and paint. There's not a lot of stuff that actually has to happen with a paintbrush, so I can basically roll most of this. There is a couple spots, I don't know if you can tell, where my LED lights don't turn in corners, and I'm not taking those off the ceiling. So I will need to get a smaller brush to get behind there, an actual a painting paintbrush, or for art stuff. I had one in here, I don't know, because I was using it as a prop. It's somewhere. But an actual painting paintbrush, and just get up behind there, just because that's what will fit behind there. But it should be fine. I'll probably have to do 2 coats. I am getting a paint with primer in it, but I've had experience with paint with primer in it, and it's not great on colors like that. I've looked to see if I need to get actual primer. Dad said it should be fine, but I don't know. Obviously it'll need more than 1 coat, but I should be able to get 1 full coat on it, 100%, besides the chalkboard. 100%, everything gets painted at least once on Wednesday. That's the plan. That's how it's gonna happen, I think. Ignore the fact that this is editing me, and I look awful, and I'm not even gonna try to film correctly. I'm too lazy to edit all of the videos that go in this little spot that I technically had filmed here, because they were just bad, and I was just tired, and it would make this video a million years long. So enjoy this shorter version.
Trying to kill him even way back when, but it's an interesting question. Are only a few people going to be saved?
I'm going to show you my room real quick, but first I'm going to show you my new mattress. It doesn't have a sheet on it yet, but full-size mattress. It's just in the floor. Let me show you my room. We had to go get a 2nd gallon of paint because the walls were so dark that it the kids are maniacs. And have not listened like all day long. Anyways, we had to get a whole new gallon of paint because the walls were so dark that it was just like eating it and then like not showing it. Anyways, so that section's like really really good. Last section is not. But like there, and then we have the chalkboard wall, and that is just threw me together just because it was easier because that paint is very very thick, and so it's kind of hard to work with because I did that all with a brush. I think I'm gonna do one more layer, but I got all with a brush because I didn't want to waste any because I thought I was gonna like I thought I might need more or something. The can is still like half empty or like half full, and I've done the whole wall twice. Anyways, everything looks decent and cool. I did not realize that it was gonna come out like pink and black because that is not my aesthetic at all. But when it has color all over it, you'll see the vision. Okay, the painting is done. I went over, so we got the new gallon. I don't remember what I filmed and what I haven't. Got the new gallon. I cut everything. Then I let all of that dry. I rolled everything. Let all of that dry. I did another layer on this. I think that was the second coat. Then I let all that dry. Went to bed. This morning I cut again one last time, and I taped onto the black and did the pink on there to make sure that it was nice and clean. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was. And then I went and like touched up anything else that needed to happen, and then I did a third coat on the black after obviously that had dried. And I did some more touching up like in the spot where it meets up. But here's what it looks like. Nice and clean. I did take the tape off of the doors and the window and the breaker box. I'm going to take off the baseboard tape right now, and I will go ahead and put away the drop cloths. I'll get everything out of here. I was going to refold all my clothes and then put my dresser, because I had to take my dresser drawers out to move the dresser out of here. So I was going to refold all my clothes so it fit in better. I only got like 2 drawers refolded. I was going to do that while we watched a movie, but we watched a movie upstairs and I didn't want to take everything upstairs. So I'm going to deal with that tomorrow. I work in the morning, and then I want to move stuff back in here. I don't have my bed frame yet. My grandma will be back. I think she's supposed to be back today. She'll probably be back a little bit later tonight. It's almost 9, I think. Anyways, so I will eventually get my bed frame. I'm not exactly sure when, but my mattress will be out there. I have people coming over tomorrow because of a movie night for the end of fall break. So my bed will be out there. It'll be fine. But I will try to move as much as I can back in here. But I will definitely try to vacuum because a lot of like the drop cloths that we've used previously had a lot of dried paint on them, and so there's like dried paint flakes in the floor and stuff. So I will re-vacuum tomorrow. I might try to do that before work, just to get it out of the way. But right now I'm going to take all of the tape off. I'm going to fold up all of the drop cloths and get everything that doesn't go in here, all like the paint stuff, and move it out to the garage where it will stay for forever, I guess. Anyways, yeah, I will give you, when everything gets cleaned up and my room is like empty, I will give you a better view. shut this before I forget. Anyways, so I put all of those on, got my curtain rod hung back up. Mainly just like the stuff that needs to be screwed back into the wall. The rest of this stuff is just push pins or whatnot, which I will. I'm gonna figure out how to hang those better, or I'm gonna figure out where I want them better than I did before. Before I was just like, oh, here's a blank wall. Anyways, so all of that is taken care of. I think I'm gonna try to mess with my LED lights real quick and get them plugged back in. Obviously, I'll plug those down there back in. But then I'm gonna go to bed because I work tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna make a to-do list of all the things that need to be done tomorrow, just so I don't miss anything. Also, when I write things down, it's better than just in my brain. So, good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. So, I got the furniture, the two pieces of furniture, the main pieces, in here. I had already vacuumed and stuff. I'm going to, while I'm filming, I'm going to prep the chalkboard. Probably just gonna use the yellow for this. But when you get chalkboard paint, you are supposed to, 24 hours, I read the label, you're supposed to kind of just put chalk all over and let it like chill for a second, and you wipe it off, and then you can go in with whatever. So we're going to, I should probably put you down or something. Hold on, there needs to be a good way to do this. I'm just gonna set you in the floor. That's weird, hold on. Hi. Hi. I don't have a chalkboard eraser or anything, so it works. Alright, I'm gonna kind of just coat all over and let it do its thing. I'm not gonna do like literally all over, but just where I think I would normally put chalk for the most part. So. Okay, I'm gonna get chalk all over the place. I'm gonna just like smudge it all over and let it, I don't know, sit, kind of marinate like you're supposed to. I don't really know exactly what this does, but every single article or video that I watched on this said you're supposed to do it. My dad was very opposed to me doing this because I'm gonna get chalk everywhere. I'm thinking about putting my bed on this wall here, so I have a little bit of a walk space, so I can doodle on this better. I'm not 100% sure though. I might just put my bed in like the middle of my room. I don't know at this point, because like everything is focusing on this one wall. Like this is my favorite part of my room right now. exercise. There we go. I know for a fact that we have some like soft pastels, like pastel chalk. I'm gonna go see if I can find those soft pastel chalk things because I know that they were chalk. And I may or may not have been planning to do Starry Night by Van Gogh on my wall. I will do a time lapse, most definitely. But it's gonna look awesome. Well, it's not gonna look as good as the actual painting, but I guarantee it will look good. I hope. That's what I'm telling myself. I'm gonna go find something to wipe this off, and then go find that pastel chalk, and then I'll wipe off what I'll probably do in that corner up there, over there. And I'll wipe off where I want to put the Van Gogh real quick, or at least partially, and then I'll use this chalk. I have the four main yellow, red, blue, green. That's what I have right now. I'm going to buy like a bulk box of chalk. That is what I'm planning on doing. I'm gonna buy a bulk box of drawing chalk, not sidewalk chalk like this. And I'm gonna actually like invest in a good chalk holder, because I looked that up and they're like $15 and they're like metal, like the good, like fancy, like heavy duty, like whatever ones. So I'm probably gonna spend like $15 on a chalk holder. Maybe. I haven't decided. Depends. I need to go to the bank and cash a check because I don't have any cash money. All my money's in the bank. So I'm gonna go find the stuff and then you'll be watching a time lapse. So 1 second. Considering the fact that this is the first thing that I've ever like put effort into on chalk stuff, it's like an actual, because like I've done like words and stuff that I put effort into, but number one, this is this direction, not this direction, and I did most of that with sidewalk chalk. I did at the end use the fancy chalk, but anyways, yeah, Van Gogh, yeah, Starry Night, by me. I have to get ready for stuff, so I will make a final video to conclude. Bye. Editing me again. Funny story, I never actually made my conclusion video, and the room technically never got done. My mattress is still on the floor. The board has stuff on it that I don't want you to see right now, so that will be gone when you get your full tour, but the walls look good. I'll show you this part of the wall. The walls look good. I will make a part 2 when I get all my stuff back in my room because there's still stuff that's not in here, even though it's been a week. I was actually gone all weekend at Snowbird, which if you don't know, look it up. It's in North Carolina, which is not near me at all, but it's so much fun. It's worth the drive. Innocent little free plug there. I'm not paid for saying that. Anywho, yeah, there will be a part 2 when it's all concluded. I lied to you. I'm sorry. I also didn't watch 100% of all of the videos that I just added. I'm just gonna hope that I didn't say anything extremely stupid. There's a couple parts where I know that I put little notes where I was doing something that's totally ridiculous, and I was just like, why am I the way that I am? So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying it. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. Have a great freaking day. Goodbye.